Well, ow. So I was just putting my headphones on and I hit myself in the sweet spot right between like your chin and your ear. Ooh, it felt like I just got my bell rung. Anyway, so I wanted to cover this because it's hilarious, and I have been covering it for the last 2 weeks since Laura Loomer called out MTG the first time. Well, it seems like she's back at it again, and I think that it's coming from her getting kicked off the campaign because she was bringing so much negative attention to it. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know the full story. I kind of wanted to go into this one fresh with you guys. So let's check out Kyle Kulinski. If you don't know, this guy is awesome. Although I have some disagreements with him. Also, I think we're the same age, and obviously he is much more professional than I am, as you can see. So he at one point was just like, yeah, I'm going to get out of, college and my dorm room kind of thing. And I'm just like, that's my comfort zone, dude.
So there's been some reports that Laura Loomer has been banned from the Trump plane, and a lot of the staffers are really circling the wagons around Trump, and they're really trying to say Laura Loomer cannot see the big guy anymore. And look, I think Trump himself was sort of annoyed and sort of pissed off by Laura.
He has to have not liked the attention that she was bringing, on top of the fact that one of the main stories to come out of it, whether you like it or not, was how close they were, because there was a little touchy-feely action going on, and it got a little uncomfortable.
She became, a week-long scandal about Trump. The fact that Trump was around this girl all the time. The fact that she was probably giving him all this bad strategic advice, like bring up the lie about Haitians eating cats and dogs and pets.
Yeah, but why isn't, like, the fact that it wasn't reported that Chaya Rychek was also there, who, if you don't know who she is, she's the one who runs Libs of TikTok, and she apparently had just as much access to Donald Trump pre-debate. So how come she's not getting put on blast? Is it just because she's not on camera? And on top of that, you could kind of tell that Chaya was a little pissed that Laura Loomer was the one who had all the attention. She just didn't MTG herself.
He had a really bad week or two there with horrible press, and a lot of it was centered around Laura Loomer's dumbass, right? And then people went digging up all of Laura's old comments on podcasts and what have you. We played him on this show, and you could see this woman's a psychopath. She's just insane, right? She's just insane. And I think Trump genuinely thought she was smart and liked listening to her advice. And also, remember, whoever butters Trump up the most, he will keep near him. And she was in that group. Well, now everything went south and sour because the media is trying to spotlight on Laura, and Laura is absolutely losing it, bro. Losing it. So here's some of her epic meltdown on Twitter. Somebody says to her, "Why would you bite the hand that feeds you? Not smart." She says, "What does the Republican Party do for me? They have never done anything for me. I do everything for myself." Another one, "I can't name a single accomplishment the Republican Party has had in the last 4 years." Laura says, "Same here."
Damn. She's not even like jockeying for RFK or anybody.
She says, "If Republicans keep the House and take back the Senate, it won't be because they deserve it. It will only be because they rode the coattails of Donald Trump. Not a single Republican is happy with the GOP. They have done nothing over the last 4 years if we're being honest." Another one, "Have you noticed how unbothered 99% of GOP lawmakers are tonight about Mike Johnson dropping the ball on the SAVE Act?" That's some bullshit voter suppression bill. These people...
Yeah, no. It was the one that... Whether or not they want voter ID, which... I don't care what your thought on it is. It's unconstitutional. It's just that's the problem that it keeps running into, because anytime that it gets brought like to a state Supreme Court or even the Supreme Court, that's why they're just like, that's impeding the vote, inalienable right. Again, the prison system. I'm still mad that felons can't vote, because technically there was never a provision that said that they can't.
People aren't just passionate.
Unless there is, and I'm totally wrong, and you can call me out on that one, because I'll just admit it. I just don't know that.
About supporting Donald Trump. It's sad to see them all use him.
I'm assuming.
But not even lift a finger to help him. He deserves better. This person says, "I remember when Mike Johnson became speaker and everyone, including me, was saying how amazing he would be and what an improvement he would be over McCarthy. Laura Loomer was the lone voice against him, saying that he'd be a rhino." She says, "Republicans love losing for the sake of pretending they like each other." Again, here we go. "Geez, take a break. It's Sunday. There's football on right now. Who cares? We won't even have a country thanks to Republicans not passing the SAVE Act." So let me...
Wow. Oh my God. I just realized that she was reading she was replying, and this was on a Sunday. She really was just kind of going nuts.
Let me decode this for you.
Whoa.
This is, Laura, I know I was thrown under the bus by Trump staffers. I know they put distance now between me and Trump. I'm salty about that. I'm pissed about that. And now I'm going to go on a jihad against the Republican Party. This is the person that 5.5 minutes ago, Republicans could do.
All right. I'm surprised that like he went to the chain, because I'm pretty sure he was trying to bring back the puka shells, which you can tell that even though we're politically aligned, but in high school we might. I mean, no, because he didn't smoke weed. So I was about to say maybe he'd buy weed from me, but nah. He's one of them jockey types that got I don't know. I think that he was just. I would say out getting laid more, but no. I mean, I did all right on that.
Do no wrong.
So,
And Trump's
not
right about
bragging.
everything.
It was just, it's a fact.
And he's our leader, and we're all united behind him. And now all of a sudden, look, I hate to come to this conclusion, but it's totally true. And I don't think this is just the case on the Republican side. It's also the case on the Democratic side and on the left. A lot of people are just petty little bitches, all up in their feelings, all about personal slights against them, and then they'll shape a direction moving forward based on who they feel slighted by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of surprised that MTG didn't. This is giving her credit, and I hate doing that. I really do. But I got to give her some credit for not taking the bait from Laura, for stopping herself, and then somehow coming out the bigger person, because she really did. It's kind of weird. She was the adult in the room. And I'm very bothered by that. At some point last week, God, this is an overused joke or term at this point, but we really did kind of enter the upside down, where it's just like, what is going on?
I swear to God, it's like some high school ass bullshit.
Yeah.
And now,
I mean, come on, that's 99.9 of social media engagement is high school bullshit. Hell, you could argue that it's elementary school bullshit, because everybody just reads something and just engages immediately with all of their emotions just completely out of whack, because they've been essentially emotionally baited to just react that way.
she's just pissed that there was distance now put between her and Trump on purpose because she was dragging him down. And now she's lashing out at anybody and everybody involved with the Republican Party, bro. She's lashing out.
Yeah.
And do you guys think he got pissed off by the comments about a potential affair?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's what did it. It wasn't even just the comments. It was the fact that they were showing like a lot of video, and it was hitting the mainstream news. Like, that was the craziest thing, was to see something that I had seen online like 2 days prior actually make it to the like mainstream media, where it was like, wow, you guys actually caught on to a substantive story about what was going on with Laura Loomer, instead of just doing this other weird thing like, where'd she come from? Meanwhile, all of us, terminally online are just like, how the hell do you not know who she is?
Do you think that got to Trump? Do you think Trump was like, really? Her? She's not my type? I mean, look at her. Look at her.
He did kind of do that. He kind of insinuated just like, she's not even my type. But there was also like a behind the scenes thing where somebody had insinuated, and this is all alleged, but that he had come out and just been like, she gave the best blowjob ever, which is like, ugh.
Do you think he felt like that was sort of something that dragged him down? Somebody like Laura hooking up with her?
Yes, absolutely. 100%. Because again, I know that you guys are in this really weird space where just because you look at the like most extreme MAGAs, you don't actually look at like people. You're not looking at right-wing people or people that vote for Trump that are not even really political. The fact is that some of this stuff does stick, specifically with like the people that are church going, the people that really, it's, cheating for some reason with church going folks, even though they're all up to it. I mean, you should have seen what was going on in my church. Holy crap. Especially, I was one of the first kids in my school to have divorced parents, and they shunned me for it, like for years, up until like fourth grade, when another more popular kid got his parents were getting divorced. Oh boy. Yeah, I that's kind of when I started getting a little more funny with my retaliations and realizing I'm like, oh, you know what? I think that I actually can, just shut things down with being funny.
I don't know, man. I'm just speculating here, but clearly the people that turned on Laura first were the staffers.
Yeah.
And then it looks like Trump may have turned on her too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was MTGs, then the staffers, which when you hear about how some of his staffers had to physically just do the thing like in the doorway, just like, nope, You cannot cross. You are nope.
And so she's all up in her feelings. She was so close to power, she could taste it. Lord only knows what else she was doing with Trump. And now she's on the
Hey, we can all speculate.
outs. And so, boom, it's total jihad. Total jihad against the Republican Party. Look, eventually she might even do it on Trump. It might even be against Trump, right?
No, because that's her whole identity. Her whole identity is being like a Trump lackey, which I still think is fundamentally weird, to just tie yourself to one person like that. That's why I'm not really into the idea of being even celebrities. Like, I really don't get fully behind celebrities. Like, I like some people, but I'm not one of those guys that like finds out that a celebrity I liked, like if they were doing something kind of fucked up, where I get like devastated by it. Then I just kind of shift and go, oh, okay, yeah, I don't really like them anymore. And I can, sometimes I'll watch something and just be like, oh, okay. Michael Jackson's probably the best example that I can keep bringing to this, where it's like his music was still like Thriller, still a banger. I don't care. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going, like, I'm always thinking of those stupid documentaries. Like, what am I talking? Like, I didn't mean to say that. But yeah,
a lot of this shit is just personal.
It's just also like we all knew. Like, what?
Petty.
So that's such a weird one. Where culturally we were just like, yeah, we had kind of heard about this since the 90s.
Petty high school bullshit, and that's why she's saying the things that she's saying. So it was never about policy. It was never about being serious. It's all about...
Unless you're trying to call out Kamala, then it's about policy.
Me, my feelings, my relation, and how close I am to power, and now I feel slighted by these people, and so she's going to keep going. She's going to keep going. But love always wins out at the end of the day, so if they are really meant for each other, I guess we'll find out. I guess they will overcome, and we'll see them together again, and they'll be singing each other's praises again, and you'll have awkward videos of them touching each other again, but I digress. All right, guys, that's the show. Love y'all very much.
Yeah, well, that was... That's fun. Yeah, check out Kyle Kulinski at Secular Talk. I'll have him linked in the description below. I think that I've said this before, but obviously if you have not seen my content, then you wouldn't know this. But I kind of got into this circle of like the leftist, not podcasters, but streamers and live streamers through Joe Rogan of all guys, back before he went down. Like, this was like 2019, so before COVID hit, and then before he just did his complete 180 into just kind of becoming a big douche tool that is just completely out of touch, and like it's just not engaging or funny anymore. But when he was engaging and occasionally funny, he would have like a lot of left wingers and right wingers on, and because he is the way he is, being the sponge brain that he is, he would always kind of like listen more intently to the people at that point, because he was like kind of looking like, yeah, well, you make sense. Oh, well, you make sense. And that's why it was kind of like interesting to listen to, instead of just now he's the one just being like, oh man, I saw this on Twitter. Yeah, Jamie, it's, did you know that Democrats are going up and rounding up cats to give to Haitian people? Man, yeah, I saw it on Twitter. What? It's not true? And then he'll like roll over, or he'll just be like, no, that one makes sense. Which, whatever. And honestly, the thing that bugged me the most was just how out of touch he got with comedy itself. Like, when he moved to Austin, it did something. And like moving away from the store, that did something. Like the store and like the Cellar, for comedians, the Comedy Cellar in New York, and the Comedy Store in LA, they've not only produced a bunch of comedians, but because of the history and because of the prestige of both those venues, it has kind of garnered like the best of the best. And it was always kind of like a hangout vibe, and it always kind of produced, the West Coast comics, East Coast comics kind of thing. But now you have the Austin comics, which it is weird because it's one of those things where you can tell that none of them are very thrilled to be down in Austin. Like Tim Dillon is one of my favorite ones. If you guys want to just hear the full story about how Tim Dillon got tricked into moving to Austin for the Joe Rogan stuff, and then he was like, I'm out of here, man. This fucking sucks. And then on top of it, yeah, did you know that weed is still illegal in Texas? Like, hey, fuck, weird to go from, legal California to Texas. But for Joe Rogan, he's that big. He doesn't need to worry about that kind of stuff. But anyway, I appreciate you checking this one out. If you want to check out more of the Laura Loomer and MTG mess that was going on within the last 2 weeks, I got some more coverage of that on my channel. So go check out those videos. And the first one, it's got the thumbnail of me smoking. We took it from a from a popular meme, but that's my favorite one because it's hilarious. I read out Laura Loomer's tweets in full. It is some of the funniest drama that I've seen in years. My jaw hurt from laughing. Funny enough, my jaw hurt in this one, but from a totally different reason. But I appreciate you checking out my channel. I appreciate you checking out this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so that'd be awesome if you guys could help me. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you in the next one.